And Congresswoman, this broke yesterday during our show that the Democrats had hightailed it out of the state so that they could not be compelled to vote, to do a simple up or down vote on the governor's proposed austerity measures. And here we are 24 hours later, they still cannot find one Democrat to show up so they can just have a vote. And your thoughts on it are what?
Well, it's a dereliction of duty on behalf of the Democrat state senators in Wisconsin. There was an election in 2010. The people spoke clearly in Wisconsin. They elected a new senator, Ron Johnson, to replace Russ Feingold, a new governor, Scott Walker, and then they elected also Republicans to run both the House and the Senate. This was a change election in Wisconsin. People wanted to get their fiscal house in order. That's exactly what Governor Walker and the House and Senate are trying to do, and now the Democrats are trying to thwart the will of the people by leaving the state. This is outrageous, and plus we have the President of the United States also weighing in with his campaign organization, busing 25,000 protesters into Madison. This is outrageous.
You know, the unions feel, I think, based on what I've heard, that they are the ones being strong-armed, that this is being rammed down their throats, the governor and these Republican lawmakers who have the majorities trying to take away not just, you know, their ability to contribute X to health care and X to pension, but their right to even talk about it, their right to have any negotiation or bargaining when it comes to funding and otherwise, which they say is just unprecedented and unneeded. That's how they see it. That's why they've taken to the Capitol, and they have the support of the federal government, of the White House. Can you see their side?
They have the support of the White House, but I don't believe that they have the support of the people of Wisconsin. Again, remember what we're talking about. These are public servants. They serve the people of Wisconsin. In Greece, for instance, in the streets, what we saw were beneficiaries of government checks who took to the streets because the retirement age was going to be raised from 61 to 63. In this instance, Eric Bolling was on earlier showing that this is simply a contribution is being asked on the part of public servants to pay for part of their health insurance, not even the full part that the private sector counterparts paid for, and part of their pension. This is something that happens every day in the private sector. So now we are at the tipping point. This debate needed to come. It's good that it came. What's shocking is that the White House is weighing in, taking sides, and bringing in a campaign apparatus to set this up. If we look back to what President Reagan did, President Reagan fired the air traffic controllers. We're now on day 3 of Wisconsin teachers leaving their post and leaving the children that they are tasked to serve and not teaching them so that they can go out and protest so they can make more money. This is beyond conscionable, and I'm urging the Governor Walker and the legislatures to hang tough, because I believe the people are with the governor and with the legislature.
Does President Obama need to come out with a different message on this, Congresswoman? Because what we've heard so far personally is he called this an assault on the unions, and now we learned that, you know, his campaign group, Organizing for America, is behind a lot of these protests. And today, you know, it's one thing to see people protesting in the streets, which is a fundamental American right. It's another when you learn that a lot of them are potentially illegally striking teachers who are forcing schools to be closed with kids who want to show up and learn, or at least their parents want them to. And find out that, according to the governor, he personally had his home basically swarmed by protesters with his kids in it, and the police had to come and shut down the street. Other Republican lawmakers in the state saying they can't even be seen right now in the Capitol. Their homes, too, have been stormed by protesters. Their homes, not their workplace, right, but their homes. So does President Obama need to come out and speak to that?
Yeah, clearly he does. This is a heavy-handed overreaction on the part of not only the public servants, the union employees who are impacted by this, but also on the behalf of the White House. This is not a federal issue, and the President of the United States has weighed in by bringing his campaign apparatus into the state capitol in Madison. This doesn't even make sense because it's so overreaching. Again, I think what the likely result may may be, Megan, is that I think the people in Wisconsin will not take kindly to this, and I think this will not redound to the benefit of the president in his involvement, nor to the Democrat senators who frankly left their post in a dereliction of duty and left the state boundaries.
Already we're